So when we were writing this book during a period of tumult and transformation in America, and when you're writing a book, you're having a conversation with yourself, but there's also all this noise that's happening in the world, and you have to decide to what degree you're going to tune that out or let it in. And this was a period when your policies were under interrogation and in some cases being fully erased by the
Right.
current administration. Um, how much did all of that influence you when you were writing this book? I imagine that it was almost like having a 5,000-pound elephant on your shoulder while you're working on your own work.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think it actually affected it that much. Partly because I, even though I ended up breaking this up into two volumes, I had a pretty clear sense of the arc of the story, um, and I know how the story ends. At least, uh, the end of my presidency with Donald Trump coming into office, and I had already internalized and understood that uh, what his presidency was going to do and what he stood for. Um, so all the stuff that was happening while I was writing wasn't really shocking or surprising to me. I would say that if anything, the what what probably influenced the book as I was writing may have been uh, a growing sense of optimism based on, for example, what happened this summer in the wake of the George Floyd murder, uh, and seeing young people mobilize and activate themselves the way they did. It actually strengthened my uh, conviction
Mm.
that, in fact, despite the backwards movement that my successor represented on things like climate change or uh, voting rights or uh, economic equity, uh, that there was still this underlying uh, forward motion that was going to be carried on by future generations that had been affected by my presidency and that would um, help lead us going forward. So, if anything, I probably got more convinced about the story I was telling as a consequence of what I saw, particularly over the last year.